When a speeding car is seconds away from plummeting off a cliff, the driver slams the brakes and spins the wheel in the exact opposite direction to escape. Look at this wireframe diagram. It traces a complete physical rotation. The suffix around dictates exactly this geometry, taking an object's current trajectory and forcing it backward. That literal spatial reversal creates the physical logic for the phrase turnaround. A different vector creates a different physical outcome. The suffix away acts as a spatial block, actively pushing an object outward to prevent entry. Add that suffix to our base verb, and the subject is physically rejected and rerouted by force. You turn away. Memorizing lists of definitions usually fails. You succeed by visualizing the exact physical geometry of the suffix and letting it override the base verb. This diagram introduces the up vector. It charts a strict vertical path from a flat state of rest. Apply that trajectory to human sleep. The body breaks its horizontal state of rest with a vertical physical motion. You wake up. This vertical motion also maps to how we track progress. Think of a container filling with water. As the level moves up, it eventually hits the rim, the absolute top limit of its capacity. So applying this completion vector to cleaning means a total top-to-bottom cleansing of every surface until the job is finished. You wash up. Visualizing this upward vector instantly decodes any phrase dealing with rising, awakening, or pushing a physical state to its absolute limit. Here we see the out vector, a schematic eye radiating a cone of awareness into the surrounding space. It is a projection from the self into the environment. That outward projection fuels external vigilance. To spot and dodge an incoming hazard, your awareness leaves your body. You watch out. Adding the word for narrows that wide cone into a laser. The vigilance locks onto a single specific target in the environment. You watch out for the trap. Projecting energy outward has a physical cost. Eventually, the source depletes itself completely. Total physical expenditure results in the absolute destruction of the material. The shoes wear out. Heightened external awareness and total internal depletion share the exact same outward geometry. This animation shows the off vector. Notice the layers physically peeling away and disconnecting from the main body. It represents detachment. Applied to a physical effect or sensation, the vector forces a gradual fading over time until the detachment is complete. The effects wear off. We can combine vectors for different results. Reapplying the up vector to the act of tension means cranking a mechanism to its absolute limit, propelling an object to its ultimate destination. You wind up at the target. Returning to the out vector, we apply that same kind of aggressive, forceful outward projection to the physical act of cleaning. The result is absolute erasure, leaving nothing behind, a total wipeout. By tracking these three simple vectors, off, up, and out, you can accurately predict whether an action fades, finishes, or deletes. That same out vector applies to problem solving. You extract a definitive physical solution from inside a complex issue. You work out the math. Now examine the down vector. It requires a downward physical transference from a higher conceptual space onto a flat surface. Taking a note is a forceful vertical strike of information onto paper. You write down. Swap the suffix to out, and the geometry changes. The writing becomes an exhaustive horizontal push of detail. You write out the contract. Swap the suffix to up, and the action hits a maximum ceiling. The writing stacks and assembles into a finalized formal report. You write up the findings. The base verb write only provides the action. It is the directional vector that dictates the final outcome of the work. Our final vector is on. This diagram maps a continuous, unstoppable forward motion along an infinite path. Pair this infinite trajectory with idle talking. The result is relentless, empty chatter that fills the room. You yak on. Add about, and that infinite forward motion is trapped, orbiting one specific object indefinitely. You yak on about the television. Escalate the intensity. The infinite forward motion now carries a painful, aggressive auditory force. You yammer on. Directing that sound wave at a specific target focuses the frustration. You yammer on about the rock. Once you start seeing these verbs as physical paths instead of arbitrary definitions, you no longer need to rely on a dictionary. You just need to follow the vector.